What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a look at a whole bunch of news that we've just had about the One Piece TCG. You see, they've finally gone and launched a proper website, not just that teaser website that's been up for a while. And this is wonderful. It means that we have a whole bunch of new information. It means we know a bunch of stuff. It means, well, honestly, lots of good stuff that makes me very happy indeed. So, with all of that borne in mind, let's start off by having a look at Romance Dawn. You see, we have now been told it's coming out in winter 2022, although we've been told by some game stores it's December. You should believe that, and also that it's going to be early December. It is retailing at $4.19 a pack. That is what we suspected. Recent Digimon sets have been put from $3.99 to $4.19. Again, with logistics as they are at the moment, with the economy as it is, I could keep going with buzzwords. The point is, this was somewhat inevitable. Sorry. And we have confirmation that there will be 121 types of cards in the set, 8 leader cards, 45 common, 30 uncommon, 26 rare, 10 super rare, and 2 secret rare. It is exactly like we would expect from a Digimon set, but weirdly with 1 extra common, which makes no real sense. But hey, I'm sure they've got their reasons. And then obviously we're adding in 8 leader cards. We kind of have to add in 8 leader cards. This is a game with leader cards, and if we didn't add them in, wow, that would be weird, ladies and gentlemen. That would be weird. What is kind of important to note here, and this is very important to note, if we compare this to the breakdown we got from Amazon Japan about the Japanese set, it is exactly the same. And this does a couple of things. Firstly, it confirms for us that what we saw on Amazon Japan was correct. And secondly, as I've been telling you is extremely likely all the way along, we are going to be copying Japan sets. Expect Japan's Romance Dawn to be exactly the same as ours, and then this should be the same moving forward. Expect our starter decks to be exactly the same as Japan's. Expect our sets to be exactly the same as Japan's. This is the way it works with Digimon, and as I've been telling you all the way along, Bandai really seem to be following the Digimon model here. So yeah, expect our sets, theme decks, etc. to be identical to Japan's. And we know that we've got 12 card packs and Japan have got 6 because that's how the different cultures work. But, you know, Japan has smaller, cheaper booster packs across all their card games. But my point is that in terms of, you know, having 121 types of cards and the specific rarity breakdown, expect this to always be the same every time we see a set in Japan. Expect our sets, except for kind of pull rates and pack sizes, to be exactly the same, and this is wonderful. Now, one thing which is wonderful, and let's face it, we've been waiting a while for these. We finally got a look at the sleeves. It's been ages. It's been ages. We've known for, well, you know, forgive me for saying it again, ages, that we are actually getting 4 sets of official sleeves. It's taken a while, but we finally have got confirmation of them. They are the starter decks. If we look at the design of the 4 starter decks, it is literally just those. But here, in fact, actually the leaders, I mean, you know, if we go and put the Luffy leader right next to the image we got on the screen of the sleeves here, you'll see that it's, you know, exactly the same. And then we can go and do the same with Kaido, as an example. And then we can go and do the same with Crocodile. And then we could go and do the same with Eustace Kid. Basically, you are getting the leaders, but you are getting them as sleeves. Now, what I will say is they're zoomed out a bit so you can, you know, see the logo a bit better behind them, which is cool. But, or maybe they've just taken away some of the border. But the point is, they just look really cool. And to be fair, like, if you're playing a red Luffy deck with that red Luffy leader, these are going to be amazing sleeves. Probably weird if you played a different deck with these sleeves, but still, I kind of like them. They're kind of cool. And we have confirmation that they are going to be coming in winter, But again, expect them to launch alongside the first set. So expect that to be early December. They're going to be $6.50 a pack. And you get 70 sleeves in a pack. Can I just say, this is wonderful. Because we know that they are 50 card decks now. And now we're getting 20 spare sleeves. Firstly, this means that you can break a lot of sleeves before your deck is now useless. But secondly, it actually means, you know, if I buy, say, 3 packs of sleeves, I can sleeve 4 decks with 10 sleeves left over. 3 packs gives me 210 sleeves, 50 card decks, 4 of them 200. That's really good! Also, I should say there is a note there that doesn't guarantee the design are going to be the same. It says they might differ. They're not actually going to be different, alright? But they have to put that. It's what we call a standard legal disclaimer. It doesn't actually... It's like when they say now designing on the image. They're not actually designing. I don't think anyone believes they're still designing them. They've been finalized for a long time. But when they put now designing or, you know, might differ or things of that nature, the reason they put them is so that if for whatever reason the design does change a little bit, they're not held to it. And anyone's like, hey, the design's different. They're like, look at the standard legal disclaimer we put. We're good. Which does make perfect sense, and I like this. So yeah, those sleeves look cool. And we got confirmation of the 4 starter decks. Straw Hat Crew, Worst Generation, the 7 Warlords of the Sea, and Animal Kingdom Pirates. And I have said this before, but I do think it's worth pointing out again. Remember that at the Super pre-release, you're probably... unless you go to one that's really poorly attended, you are probably only going to be able to buy 1 of the 4. And again, we'll talk in a minute about the Super pre-release and the decks being different and special. So you're going to have to pick one. And we've seen all the cards from the red and purple starter decks, the Luffy and Kaido ones. I have done videos on this channel about them. We haven't seen all the cards from the green or blue starter decks yet. As soon as we have, I will share them. But the point is that you need to try and pick one sooner rather than later and let your local game store know which one you want. I think I'm going Kaido, but I'd like to see the others before I make it official. Again, these are being listed for a winter release, but we know that means early December. These have a confirmed price of $11.99, and we can see there that we've got a 51 card constructed deck, 50 cards plus your leader. When I say 50 cards in a deck, I'm not including the leader, because the leader doesn't have to have the same sleeves as your deck. And honestly, it's probably going to be in a top loader, etc., to keep it nice and safe, so, you know, at least mine's going to be. And then you get 10 Don cards, because that's your Don deck, and you get a play sheet. And it does note there, contains some identical cards from 17 types for gameplay purposes. As I've shown you with both the red and purple starter decks, you do get, you know, either 4 or 2 of all of the cards, because the whole point is it's a starter deck to play with. So 7 of them actually come as 2-ofs, and the rest come as 4-ofs. But again, it's a starter deck. You want this. You don't want 50 different cards, because that's going to make a bad starter deck. So that's that one. What about the pre-release starter decks? Now, these ones are very, very exciting. The Super pre-release, it's very, very similar, right? Now, these have an actual confirmed release date of September the 30th, because we know that's when the Super pre-release start. These again have a price of $11.99, and they are exactly the same. Now, we got the rarity breakdown there, 1 leader, 14 common, 2 super rare, but again, they're coming from a starter deck, so super rare doesn't mean very much, although they may be fancier cards. But what is really important here is that you get an exclusive leader card illustration and first edition gold stamp. Now, I am expecting, and this has not been confirmed, but I'm expecting that this will be the same as the Luffy card we saw the other day. Now, this one is being given out in Japan, and it's got a serial number. It's out of 300, and these are being given out at various tournaments. You will notice it is just an alternate art of the regular Luffy, and you can see there is a stamp there in the bottom right. So it makes sense to me that this would be the one in the starter deck. I think that's a very fair assumption, though it is at the moment unconfirmed. Which means then there will be versions of the other 3 leaders, those have not yet been shown off. But these are the exact same as your regular starter decks. The only difference is that these are being given out at the Super pre-release, and the leader is different. Simple as that. Am I going to buy another set of the starter decks? Well, actually, yes, I am, because remember, you need to buy 2 of each starter deck to have a playset of all the cards. So if I get one with a leader and one without, fancy, that's cool. And I suppose I can briefly show you there is a page up for the One Piece Film Edition. This is Starter Deck 5. However, they've not given us any information whatsoever, so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Oh yeah, and in really good news, it has been confirmed that the teaching app is going to be made available soon. Yeah, I got super excited when I saw the teaching app. I went on the website and I saw there was a teaching app and I was like, oh, and then it just said available soon, which is really upsetting, okay? Because I want it now. I want to go and use the teaching app to play games literally right this second. I want to stop recording this video mid-sentence and go and play around with the teaching app. It's going to be coming soon. We don't have news of when it's coming, unfortunately. There's no date or anything along those lines. But confirmation that it is definitely coming is at least a good start. Perfect? No. As I've just said, I want it now. But we know it is coming. We know it's a thing. We know we're going to be able to use this to learn how to play the game. That's all very lovely. If I could just have it now, that would be amazing. So there we go. That's what you need to know for the moment, ladies and gentlemen. A fairly big update with lots of cool stuff, and now you know. But I want to know what you think about all of this, what you're planning to pick up, etc. in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk One Piece and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far, the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.